Yo. Welcome in. How's it going? Why my mouth is moving over there? Okay, so I have never used this software, so it'll be interesting. Oh, I can save tools? Neat. Alright. It has pretty good grade, but it's not typing or anything. Ooh, the pencil's very crunchy. Move my canvas a little more. Just gonna make sure that this ad isn't showing up. Haha. I blocked your ad. Whoa, it's got Photoshop shortcuts. So, Sonic the Hedgehog blue. Okay. Okay. Let me post this. Copy link. Let me post this in the group chat in the Discord. General chat, sorry. Okay. That way. Participate. And I don't want to open it to everybody just because I don't trust randos on YouTube, so you're gonna have to earn. You have to earn it, and by that I mean you just have to show up at the Discord. You think that this is a good enough site? This would be fun. It does have like interactivity within the community, like you can post live stuff and have people join in, but I don't know if I trust that if it was something that I was making that I didn't want people to mess with, right? Ooh, I like that one. Yeah, let's get messy. Ooh, actually. That's fun. That reminds me of those, I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember, the commercials where they would have like a sponge thing and do rainbow stuff. And they would do like, oh, it's a rainbow and you can color a butterfly. Very fun. Alright. I mean, if you're in here, get to work. I don't, you know, do your thing. What's up? What were those called? How do I get rid of it? Show everybody? shows where everybody is. Nice. Alright, sorry, I'm still figuring out my pen tool, my optimal settings. Hello. I see you in here. That's nice. My handwriting. That's alright. Okay. I still have to do the weekly. I still have to do my weekly challenge. It's called rainbow art. That's it? It was just rainbow art? Stupid as hell. So my weekly challenge, I was gonna do my Sonic OC, and I forgot his name. And I can't remember it, but I think it was Ace. I think it was Ace the Ocelot. Because I love Ocelot. Just random thing about me. In first grade, I was in this advanced reading thing, and they would take us, instead of going to recess, they would take us into this room and we would do like extra projects. And so I did a book report on ocelots, essentially. Or I guess not a book report, but like I studied ocelots and then did a little thing. So I just have a personal love of ocelots. And so when we would go to the zoo, I would always go to the nocturnal house and I would always see the ocelots. They were very cute. And recently, the one that we had for like 20 years died. And so now I'm really sad that we don't have any ocelots, and I hope they get more. Anyway, my OC, my Sonic OC is Ace the Ocelot. Finally got it. How does one make what does that say? Angles? Hands? Ankles? What does that say? Does one make angles? Angles of what? Like perspective? Yeah. That's a good question. So when I do it, I usually go based on vibes. I'll just go like, oh, that feels right, because I've done enough observational studying. But that's not a good enough answer for you. So the best way that I would describe it would be to do a box, just as a basic, whatever. You can do Control Z if that's easier. You don't have to manually erase it like that. So I would recommend you do a box. So if you wanted a head to be, let's say, facing this direction, up and away, right? You're looking that way. I would do a square in perspective first. And you would lay it out by doing 2-point perspective. You would do a dot over here and a dot over here, and then all of the lines that go this way are going to connect to this dot, and all the lines that go this way are going to connect to this dot. And so that's how you would get the perspective right on that cube. So that would go there, that would go there, that would go there, that would go there. So you've got your square, and then depending, you might want to do 3-point perspective, but that would be kind of difficult. So basically you would just make them, all of the up and down lines would just be parallel to each other, so you don't have to worry about 3-point perspective, because that's more difficult. And then yeah, then you would have your head, although I didn't put it up high enough in reference to these dots, because you would be getting the underside of this box. So actually I would put it up here-ish, like that. And I get my square. This. And I've got my square. That. Connect these out. Then you've got your head in perspective, and then I covered this last time, but a circle is a square without the corners, right? So at every edge of a square, the circle will touch at exactly one tiny position, right? This isn't a good square. It's not perfectly square, but point being that a circle will fit within that square perfectly on each edge. So if I put the head inside of this cube, it'll be a sphere inside of the cube, and the sphere will touch on all 6 edges, right? And then 2 more back there, wherever those center points are. So your head would fit somewhere in here. Now, the head's not a perfect sphere, but it will give you a general idea of where things will be positioned. And then you get your chin. And from there, you would just kind of try and fit all of the perspective to match the proportionality of the face. This is all very complicated, but something like that. I should do a perspective lesson at some point. And then 3-point perspective is even harder, because you have to have 3 dots, and then all of the up and down lines have to meet at that 3rd point, and that's tricky business. And then there's 5-point perspective, which is fisheye, and that's crazy. I don't know how to do that one, but yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. Just clean that up a bit to give you a better idea. And something to keep in mind is that the distance from the dots is very important to the angle that you get. So you can think of it like a camera. If you have a camera lens and you zoom in, that changes the perspective that you're getting through the lens. And so essentially what you're doing when you zoom out is that you're making those points as far away from each other as possible. And as you zoom in, those points get closer, and it forces that perspective to change, and it makes it more dramatic, because those dots are getting closer together. So if you want something to be dynamic and very exaggerated, overly exaggerated, you're going to put those dots really close together, and then your perspective is going to be dramatic. But if you want it to be more realistic, then you can put those points very far away, and it'll still gently convey the idea of perspective. Whoa, every brushstroke levels you up. I'm almost level 2. Whoa. That's awesome. That's a really fun way to track that. But yeah, I feel bad that my entire synopsis of all of that is just I've studied it long enough that I can just kind of gauge based on what I'm looking at whether or not it's accurate. Because it takes a long time of studying to get to that point. So, anywho, I'm gonna draw my ocelotos. I think it was Ace. I think. Let me see if I have it written down, because I have the file saved. Doodles, maybe? Nope, I just called it Sonic OC. I could have sworn I made his name one of the layers. I have a bunch of baby ocelots for study. Aww. Man, I can't believe I didn't name him. Or I didn't save the name. We're just gonna call him Ace until I come up with a better one. Alright. I'm gonna go a little smaller. I feel like I'm taking up a lot of canvas space. Apologize. Okay. His style. I also have to get back into the Sonic proportions headspace. They've got like this torso and then like a tiny little like hips, like very like, wiggy legs, biggest shoes ever. Well, Sora would like to have a word. I had a little stripe. Did I do a stripe? No, that's two Knuckles. I don't like Knuckles shoes. Actually, Sonic has those. Knuckles has the bricks. Knuckles has Lego bricks. Maybe I did do these. Got some really good control on this site. I don't think I gave him clothes, but I probably should. Actually, he has a hat. I know that much. I didn't think of the pose before I started finalizing anything, so now I feel silly. I feel like I'm gonna ruin it. I made an account. How do I join the board? I posted it in the general in the Discord. Yeah, general chat. Assuming you're in there. If not, better join. The extra step of signing up is what's to deter all of the trolls, so you don't come in here and draw boobs, breasts. What's up? You're in. Is anyone surprised that my Sonic OC has a hat on? What did I do his eyes? Hold on. I had some good eyes. Have his ears poking through? Don't remember. I mean, I can rework him. It's my guy, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's holding me to account for anything. Yeah, I like him better with the hat on. Oh, he had the little tuft in the front, that's right. More like a tiger there, but... Thank you. Oh my goodness. Get anybody's drawings. How are we doing? What's up? Where are we at? Where'd we go? What happened? Is anyone here? Am I alone? Ooh, I can do the lasso tool. Just this. I'm gonna need to. Delete, and I was worried that I deleted everything everyone else was doing. Loomis method. I see you. like the idea of a bat. It works. Oh. Just deselect. How do I deselect? There we go. Do that. Vertical eyes. Whatever. Square head. I don't remember. Eyes. The eyes. Hi, welcome in. My tablet's cable is getting on my nerves. Uh-oh. Figure out. Ear to head ratio is very important when it comes to Sonic OCs. It's very ratchet and clank. Square lower face? You just have a square upper head. I block the eyes. Not that I ever refined this design, but I was going for crazy poses. try some dynamic. Hey, what's up? Welcome in. How are we doing? I have no idea what anybody else is doing in here. Not in the chat, in the canvas. I don't know what anybody else is working on. You make Chuck nasty. I don't know who that is. Just practicing hands. Nice. Minecraft YouTuber. Funny one. Search him up. I don't know who that is. And I don't feel like looking at them. Hands. Nice. I like it. Close it in here. You're welcome to join the canvas and draw him yourself. Oh! What did I do? No, I opened a tab. Shift key. Oops. I can't draw to save my life. You gotta join the Discord if you want to join. I missed the beginning where you likely explained all this. No, you're good. I don't know how to join. It's in the Discord in the description if you want to join the art Discord. I imagine you're not an artist if you don't think that you can draw. I believe that everybody can draw, but My commissions are expensive. Correct. Am I holding this bat right? Yo, what's up? Welcome in. Found out you can use text. A little easier to read than handwriting sometimes, but that's alright. W drawing, thank you. Support my handwritings. I think there's a layer option, but that would be me. Oh, wait! Layer. Yeah. I don't need it. Working analog. I think ocelots have rings on their tails, but whatever. That was an announcement. Sorry, I hit it in the wrong spot. If you were struggling, you should have let me know. I'm almost level 4. like Hobbes from Calvin and Hobbes. No! No! I hope that didn't close everything. Oh, it opened a new tab. Thank God. I'm also glad my last Reddit page was just me looking up these canvases and nothing gross. I don't have anything in my history. I'm more thankful that it didn't just open the front page of Reddit. That would have been messy. I guess TikTok would be worse. Spreading the word of God. Okay, thank you. I know about him. John 3:16 is pretty basic, if we're being completely honest. Yeah, I like the square face. Ocelot for reference. Do you believe in God? I do not. Sorry about that. I'm gonna be honest, nothing you can say can convince me otherwise because I went to Catholic grade school, so I know more than you do, probably. Right. Oh, I need Ocelot. Oh, they got cute little lines. Oh, that's right. They've got the eyeball. Over the eye. No, I don't like that. That looks like a goatee. Do a tuft for the mouth. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that looks alright. Little dots on the forehead, too. Whoa, they've got crazy ears. Oh, they've got the ears where they look like the eyes on the back of the head. Oh, I saved my board. Cool. Uh-oh. Do I need to drink? What are you trying to do? What are you getting my attention? Who is this? Who is this little Pikmin guy? I love him. Were you reminding me to drink? Thank you. Thank you for reminding me to drink. Hydrate or dehydrate, I appreciate it. It is hot as hell. I just drank water. I promise. Look at ocelots have those little ears where the back of their ear is like, it's supposed to look like an eyeball so that nothing can sneak up on them. They're so cool. This is one of my favorites that I did of my OC before I lost him. Sorry, I'm working with the camera. Just a very dynamic pose. And I was debating what weapon I wanted to give him, because Sonic's fast, whatever, he spins around. Ocelots don't really have any inherent weapons other than claws, so I wanted to give him a gun like Shadow. Aren't Ocelots complicated to draw? Yeah, but I dumbed him down for the sake of being a Sonic OC, right? Hi! Oh my god, stop! My opera shortcuts are interfering with my drawing shortcuts. This is a pretty good pose, actually. I like it a lot. I was debating what weapon to give him, and so I think I finally settled on a baseball bat, just because I think that's the most fun. Because I thought about like a scythe, and it's like, it's just Maka, There's a scissor blade, Ryuko, best girl for sure. What else did I think about? Just a sword, a lightsaber, obviously, because that's cool as hell. But yeah, I think I settled on a baseball bat, and the idea being that he swings the bat so hard that it cuts. It's not a blunt weapon, it's a blade. But you wouldn't know it until he swings it. But he's so strong that it like breaks. It's like, oh. That's my Sonic OC headcanon, is that he swings so hard that it's a sword. I like that you guys are making a little garden of Pikmin. Here, I'll draw one too. I'll draw a little. They remind me of the Koroks, where they have like a really fucked up eyes that's like way down here. And apparently, I learned that the Koroks are actually like based on, I think it's Japanese myth, of little forest spirits that help guide lost souls. Because they use those in Princess Mononoke. Those are the little forest spirits that have the, like, when they shake their little heads. That's what the Koroks are. Not based on those specifically, that iteration. They are very similar, but it's a myth that is propagated, and it's two different takes on the same myth. Very cool. Yahaha! Group them together for a group photo. Where's the group photo? Where are we meeting at? I'll draw an actual one. I'm gonna draw another one right here. They look like gumdrops. Actually, they look like Mimikyu. Mine is very stubby. Sorry, moving. Oh, not the marquee. I'll do the last one. Brush. Oops. It's flying. Oh, whoa. Did you figure out how to copy and paste? I just transformed it and moved it. Rise of the Pigments. Quick, take a screenshot. I think I can save the canvas. For later. Once it's done, quote unquote. I'll do some shading. I'll participate in some shading. Drop the entire image. Whatever deselect is, I need that to be a lot faster. Oh, a little turnip boy. Oh, it was a little turnip. Or an oddish, perhaps? Glad I said mimic you. I can't stop thinking about him. I remember what Mimikyu's eyes look like. Why not? I already told you. I learned everything. What is an oddish but turnip boy? Absolutely. What is Mimikyu's face? I think it has like the little. Like blush on the cheeks. I have one. He's right here. Are they two swirl eyes? They're two swirl eyes. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 zigzags. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zigzags. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zigzags. Scribbles for the cheeks. And 2 little swirl eyes. How do you scale? There should be a transform. So I do a lasso tool around whatever it is I want to transform, and then I do the transform tool, and then you can move it around, whatever's in there. Although I think it's probably, I don't know if you can erase other people's stuff. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can erase other people's stuff, so you can probably only manipulate yours. Now you can cover other people's stuff up, but I would like to not do that. I'll try. I believe Mimikyu also has hair color. Got frosted tips. Oh, board chat. And send selected images to people. Oh, this is for the community board. Interesting. Before you were DMing me, but that's for like everybody can chat in there. That's fun. Good. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my OC. I joined in on the Korok fun, but I want to do some more OC doodles. control in this software, we can do like, we can go realism. Paint the landscape in here. Just subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Wait, I need to fix my little thing. I have my make a friend thing, and it doesn't pick up when people subscribe, but I appreciate you doing that. Okay. Let's do it just a basic wind up. Just do a, he's winding up for a pitch. Well, to hit a pitch. How would that go? Elbows locked, head down. It's a matter of preference, because there's some really crazy baseball stances. I don't know if you know that. If anybody watches baseball, I've seen some wild batting stances where they've got the bat like way up here. You can't see that. They're like way back here. Crazy. Uh-oh. Why did you go to switch back? I like my complicated mode. Yeah, I don't want him to have what's happening. People get kicked. What happened? Something went crazy there. Punch shoulders, and you kind of like crunch in on yourself because you're getting ready to twist. You got this shoulder forward. Shoulder back. There's really not a lot wiggle room. It's really like a break. saving. Oh, it does save it as a PNG. Okay, I thought I was saving the website. I keep forgetting. Okay, I just am in the habit of pressing Control S like every time. Oops. Every time I make a brush stroke. Tips on their tail. I feel like maybe the tip of the tail is black. I feel like that's something I remember. Okay. It's that spacing. That handwriting. Can't spell OC without ocelot or whatever. What are we working on over here? Oh, you're just playing with brushes? Got a lot of capacity here. Your front foot. Like, I always tuck my cheek. Swing. Forgot to draw his ear. Something's off. certainly not where the ear would go. Yeah, it's a little better. Black. He's got a white spot with black on the back of the ears. That's gonna get confusing. The idea that his ears go back. Being realistic, my plant foot would be back down while I'm swinging. Let's go straight. Cracking it. Bam. All right, what else what are we all working on? I like the idea that his tail fluffs out a little bit. It's too much. I saw your brush moving around. What are you doing? Somebody's in here drawing. zoom out of the... Oh, wow. Wow, they have some really good color control in here. And that's also a compliment to you that you can bring that out of the software. Is there like a blending function? God. U. A-E-I-O. Stop it. Me? What? Trying to think of other poses for this guy. Actually, the front foot should be facing forward. I'm gonna scoot him about. Should have mentioned, you don't have to delete stuff. I can make a new page. I don't know what you guys can see on the control, but I can make a new page once we have it full, so don't worry about erasing. I mean, unless you make a mistake and want to erase. You're perfectly fine to erase. But if you'd like to keep it for forever... Oh, that's gross. slow. I keep looking up, and then you're just like onto an entirely different phase of the drawing. That's crazy. I'm over here drawing a fucking Sonic Ocelot. Somebody's calling me. I don't have their number saved, so unfortunately they're gonna have to wait. I don't know what to draw, so I'm just playing with things. I should do prompts. We only have... Oh, we have a couple people. Anonymous. Uh-oh. The hacker group known as Anonymous from 4chan. No, the hacker known as 4chan. Now, I don't know how that would work. Nope, and they left. As soon as I called them out. Nope, they're back. I don't know if you can, like, spectate a canvas without participating, like if you don't have a link, right? So you'd have to join the Discord to then get the link to then join my page. Oh, I guess it's... No, I think I made it private. I think I made this page private. Let me check. Allow followers to see and join your canvas. So this is private unless you have the link. Somebody's hacking. I couldn't join without being in the Discord. Okay, cool. That's how I want to keep it. Sorry I made that more complicated than it needed to be. For now, maybe if we find that this site is fairly... I mean, it seems like it's very artist-oriented. It's very artist-friendly. So it feels like people are pretty cool about, you know, not just spamming into somebody's... joining into somebody's canvas and then doodling all over it, you know? You can also probably figure out how to undo somebody else's stuff if somebody decides to do that. I don't want people ruining each other's stuff. I think that's messed up. Unless you're doing like a, draw over my thing, you know? Yeah. I'll have to play with this a little more. Maybe we can make this a more regular thing. I want to do the character wheel. This is fun. Add some hands. No, you can't. No more hands. I've been good. What was I gonna do with him? Oh, I was gonna do a more dynamic pose. What's happening? Somebody drew in white. I think somebody erased by coloring in white. Or they wrote a hidden cryptic message. Not revealing anything. Interesting. Well, now's the time to find something. Figure out. Find layers. There are layers. This is crazy. Oh, hell yeah. Oops. Double click the layer to own it. I can steal people's layers. I see what's happening. Okay, so I'm in charge of the layers. I can delete your layers at any time. I have the power. So I think this might be the one. I gotta go back to my layer. Looks like this one's mine. Okay. So I'm gonna figure out which layer all that's on. There we go. Now I can see. can assign it to somebody too. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this layer. It's fine now. Eye layer. Okay, I'm gonna erase that. Now I got it. I'm an expert. I can relinquish control back to whoever it was, if I so desire. But that just frees up that layer. I guess I can delete that layer, but it's fine. I won't. Oh, my layers. I own them now. Our layers. Okay. Really good expression. Feel free to draw over my shitty doodles up here. Actually, I should. We've got enough room over here. Once we fill up down here, I'll start a new canvas. And I don't think you'll have to re-link to it. I don't think I should be able to. I think I should be able to just add another one within this project. But only once we run out of space. And feel free to move your stuff so you have more space if you need to. I was going to do dramatic. That's what it is. I'm going to do a dramatic pose. Oh, it's going back between all my tabs. Okay. if we feel like we are getting too cramped, let me know. I will start a new canvas. Oh my goodness. We're going crazy over here. Wow. That's a good one. Oh, cow. That's great. I love getting real expressive with it. Who does that remind me of? Is it Spamton? I feel like it reminds me of a character that I've seen recently. I feel like it's Spamton from Delta. I thought I was getting expressive over here. Nope. Space up here. I can fit my bat. With you. Encroaching on other people's territory, I apologize. You are talking, you are muted. I am talking, I'm just not talking often. I'm very locked in on this drawing. So I apologize for not engaging. At the very least, my mic is telling me I'm talking. Is my VTuber still moving? Yes. Okay. I think what you were seeing is my VTuber's mouth is moving because when I make a loud enough sound, it does make his mouth move. Or you just assumed that me as an entertainer, as a streamer, I should be talking more often, and I'm not. Probably just that. cool. Thank you very much. This is my my Sonic OC, Ace the Ocelot. This is me. I got the little hat and the little tuft. I don't even play baseball. I used to, but I don't play now. So I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it. I just think a bat is a cool weapon. Metal Bat from One Punch is probably my favorite hero in that universe. Oh my god, there's Spampton. We have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. We have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Is this a meme? Is what a meme? A bug with big... Oh, it's the butterfly. I was like... That took me a second. The butterfly. Is this a pigeon? Because my guy looks like he's looking in that direction. Oh, let me do it. Let me do a good... Yes, yes. Draw a hand there, but there's too much of my own bullshit in the way. Hold on. I'm gonna erase my... I was giving somebody a 2-point perspective lesson. I'll erase my 2-point perspective. Taking up a lot of room. I'm in your way. I don't know why I delicately tried to not erase yours. I can't. It's not on your layer. Took me a second to... I got there. I got there. Okay, I'm gonna draw a... I guess I'll draw it. One would be here. Actually, I will draw it over here. Look at, knock one right off that list. Knock one right off that list. There for a second. I'm gonna move my little guy. Perfect. I got there. Off the list. All about them jokes. You see? Okay. Now you got more room. We have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Pay us $5 million. By the end of the day, or you will die. Master plan, more room. You did it. You really isolated yourself to that tiny corner. You can go anywhere you want. So I have a good idea. Let's come up with a group prompt. Let's do, I mean, you could do the weekly, you could do an OC, but, let's do, I'm trying to think of a good prompt. It's not just like dog, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to do prompts that are like vague enough that you can use whatever you want. You can like, because your brain usually has something in mind that you want to do that you're not really thinking of. Like subconsciously, your brain is like, I want to do this. I'm gonna get it, and that usually comes out when you have a prompt and you kind of shoehorn that thing into whatever that prompt is. So let's do critter. Let's make a little critter, and it can be any kind of critter you want. How about impact? Oh, I just came up with critter. You can make it impact. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to follow the prompt. You can do whatever you want. Let's do critter. Because if it's impact, I already got one right there. Bam. Oh, how? I'm going to draw a little critter. We have some as just like an idea. There's some critters. I'm trying to think what I would do for a critter. My little guys count as critters. Yeah, they count as critters. But like, you know, some other kind of critter. Do a different critter. What does the word critter mean to you, you know? I'm saying it so many times it feels silly. Let's do, I'm gonna do like a little, I don't want to do a little freak. Here's my critter. It's a very miscellaneous dog. He's got those little eyebrow things. My critter. Now I have some cat videos or cat photos that my friend keeps sending me that I have yet to draw, so I'll draw those right now. He sent me one of the, he's like extending his hand out like to touch the cat's forehead, and it's doing the one of the where the person puts the flower on his head and then it zooms in and he like sees the universe. There's a critter. Look at that. You already got a critter going. Very angular cat. Her ears are going like this. Her eyes are as big as the sun. my most accurate drawing of all time. Looks so scared. She looks so scared. See what the cat looks like. Alright, I'm very pleased with this drawing. Tell me that's not exact. Tell me that's not a one-to-one representation of what I drew. Tell me that's not exactly what I'm seeing. Tell me that's not a critter of sorts. Yeah, it's a critter, alright. And if I was better at magic, I would have just blocked the camera like that, and then I would have been in different clothes. It's definitely a critter. It's a critter for sure. Oh, I like this one. It's like a little fox. It's like a little fennec fox. The fennec foxes are also in the nocturnal house with the ocelot. I get to know all my nocturnal critters. Is this a raccoon getting smashed? Oh my goodness, he does not look well. Ooh, I like this critter. It's a nice critter. What is it? Oh, is this Impact? Or was this... This looks like Majora's Mask. Impact, I see. Well, now it's Majora's Mask. I stole it from you. Yoink. I don't actually know what Majora's Mask looks like. Off rip. Off the top of my head. Something like that, though. It's got a really intricate design. The moon haunts me. The moon. The moon. See if I have space for the moon over here. That would be a good one for Impact, for sure. The moon impacting the freaking world. I just drew a Spampton nose. It has like a... It's like a shrine. It's just a shrine. I'm working from... wholly from memory here. No, I think it's... Is it angry? I feel like it's angry. like it is like this. With dark shadow on around its eyes. It looks down at you with disgust. And also like evil, like a smile. It's like, I'm gonna get you. I don't remember. He had his mouth open. I think he has red eyes. We're gonna I'm gonna pull up a picture after this, and we're gonna see how close I was, just off of nothing, no information whatsoever. Feeling like I'm missing something. I'm missing craters for sure, I know that. I feel like he had... Erase that. His nose is very particular. Oh, wait, I had it. I think it's that. I think it's like a Dr. Eggman nose. I think it's something like that. Imagine I get the hole placement on his head perfect. I'm gonna be so vindicated when this is perfect. I haven't even played that game all the way through. No, that's not true. Wait, did I go back and finish it? I know I got really far. Like, I got to the point where I could win. Like, I could fight him normal, but I think I wanted to get all the masks for the deity mask. Not because I didn't think I could do it without it. I just thought it would be really sick to have the transformation, but... I remember if I went back and did it. At the very least, I have a save file that's very close to the end. Oh dear, I'm impacting the Earth. I do like that the Earth is smaller than the moon. Alright, I'm just browsing everybody else's stuff. Keep working. Ignore me. That's a good bit. I really like that raccoon. Alright, I'm gonna look up the moon and see what we get. Okay. Not terrible. I didn't give him nostrils. So I fucked up there. Also, he has yellow eyes, not red. Dang. Dang. That's scary. Hold on. I'm doing it. Listen. From memory? Come on. That's not terrible. He's not very smiley. He's actually more like angry about it. He's like mad about it. He's like, I don't want to be falling. But a small child did a dance and pulled me to you, and so I do have to kill you all. He's upset about it for sure. that the Willem Dafoe face? Yes! Oh my god, you guys are so good. So good at art. I'm drawing my OC for the weekly. I wish my art was more stylized, but I'm happy with it. That moon scared me as a child. It is terrifying. I'm glad you're doing the challenge. Thank you for participating. I mean, if you want your art to be more stylized, the best advice I can offer is to just study the people that you admire and try and emulate that style, and then eventually your style will come out of that. But if there's like a style that you see that you go, wow, that's really good, that's a good style, just study that. Trace them, but don't obviously claim them as yours, but just to break down bits, and in the process of tracing, you do kind of figure out the fastest way to do it, because you have all of the basic stuff down, so then you start breaking into, like, they did this to make a certain shape, they did this to emphasize the silhouette, they did this to change the color. Like, yeah. I highly recommend. Majora's Mask is probably... Okay, so I haven't finished Wind Waker yet, but I think it's going to be my favorite, just because the style is so good, the story is really quality, and I love that the Toon Link, the Link in the game, is very specifically just some kid. He's not the destined hero at all. He's just a kid who's like, the hero didn't show up, I guess I gotta do it myself. I love that. So, I think that's why Wind Waker is gonna be my favorite. I have heard that it has problems with pacing towards the end. I haven't gotten there yet, but as of now, it's fun. The puzzles are pretty solid. I have gotten caught up on a few, but not so much that I couldn't figure it out, which is, I think, the best testament to Zelda as a whole. But I really liked Majora's Mask. That's a really fun game. The timing of it was interesting to try and get down at the beginning. But once I figured out the patterns, and like, I had to do a guide for the sake of like the very nuanced masks, but I did try and do my best to not use a guide if I could, because there are a lot of in-world hints. But there were a few that I probably wouldn't have figured out on my own. So I highly recommend that one as well. The storytelling is really good. I love the fact that they had to use the same game engine as Ocarina of Time, which I haven't played, but I will. It has the same game engine as Ocarina of Time, and they literally just like scraped together all the assets and just were like, all right, they gave us enough money to make a game, but we are on a shoestring budget, let's make it happen. And they did, and it was just, I won't say just as successful, but almost as successful as Ocarina of Time. And the world building is phenomenal. The creatures, the moon, that you remember the moon is kind of part of it. Majora's Mask has a crazy design. I love the mask seller guy as like a piece of lore. I love the little fairies that aren't just the annoying Navi. You know, there's other ones that are really cute, and they have like a whole guiding thing without being obnoxious. I think what else I loved about that game. I mean, the masks themselves are very creative and fun. There are some that are super pointless, but like in game it makes sense. There's like the wedding one, and it's just like you get it once you've shown that you've accomplished that thing. It doesn't really do anything for you, as far as I remember. But highly recommend. I would say what I'm predicting: Wind Waker, Majora's Mask. As of now, Majora's Mask is higher. Majora's Mask is my favorite. I also played Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, and those were pretty fun. But I wouldn't say my favorite. They were good, but like the DS is very restricted. So I barely started tracing as a study. It was so stigmatized for so long online, but now we have AI art, so the outrage is going there. That is a fair assessment. I also had that issue with tracing where I couldn't really figure out what the line was. of like what was acceptable and what wasn't, I've always come to the conclusion that the best way to trace is to do it, but don't post anything. Because you can post and say that it's a study, but people will probably get upset, and, you know, it's safer to just study on your own, do traces as studies, and don't post them. You can post other studies of, like, reference or whatever, if it's freehand, or just, like, emulating a style in a different form. So, like, if you did, let's say you were studying Da Vinci, and you're studying the Mona Lisa, but you draw a different woman in the style of the Mona Lisa. I would say that's acceptable. Because you're not tracing, you're just kind of following along. It would be like doing a Bob Ross painting, right? You're not painting exactly what Bob Ross is, but you're taking from him and learning about different brushstrokes. Like your tree placement won't be exact, but I digress. So yeah, that's how I do tracing. Because when I first started doing animation, I traced some anime frames that I really liked to try and get better about like effects and timing and stuff, because timing is huge. And so if you can study somebody else who really has a good grasp on arts, you can get great at placement. So I highly recommend that for animation, but I wouldn't post it, right? When I did post it, I posted a couple of things where I very specifically showed my progress and the original, and I said, I traced this from this. I said very specifically I traced this. But in looking at it on my own page, I came to the conclusion that it still isn't fully clear. If people don't read the captions, they might think that it's a behind the scenes or that I did it originally. So I stopped doing that just because it felt gross. You know what I mean? Like, it felt a little icky because I was like, it's not mine, right? And you can use reference because that's the case with a lot of current day anime, is that a lot of the times when they're on a time crunch, they will just, I don't want to say steal, but they will reference things. Like, a lot of Chainsaw Man is references to movies. Now, that might not be because of a time crunch, but because the guy who does it, Fujimoto, is a very big fan of film, so he does a lot of references anyway. Someone could argue, oh, they're just stealing. That's not referential enough. It's more of just like an exact one-to-one. But I think it's fun to point and go, you can do the Leonardo DiCaprio where you like point at the screen. I think that's fun to just include those things in your media once you're big enough, because they have other stuff that's original, right? They have iconic things that aren't specifically like they copied. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen, where they have very specifically like references to other animation stuff that's a little more niche. But again, that kind of does encroach upon, like, are they stealing? Are they using reference? So, you know, if the biggest animation studios in the world can get away with it, I don't see why you can't also not use it and pretend like it's not that thing, but use it at least to your benefit to accelerate your learning, right? Is what I would say. I heard tracing animation is a good way to practice because it helps find flow and timing. For sure. Like, it genuinely, studying Nakamura helps me so much with pacing and timing, spacing, frames, like, there's so much. So, like, they do all the hard work, and so you tracing is kind of just a passive way to gather that information. In tracing, it's a tedious task, so your brain, my brain at least, tends to wander in the idea of, like, how did they get to this? How is this spacing important? Why did they do this instead of this? And then I'll test it and I'll draw something in a different position, and then I'll play through it and I'll go, yeah, they were right, this is better. Just learning about spacing. So it's a really good way to learn, but again, be careful about posting it, because then it does become an issue of, like, did you just steal this? Whatever. So I would recommend you just study, don't post it, but it's still super useful. And the same goes for regular art. You can study, you can post, or you can study and trace, as long as you're not claiming it's yours. That's where the problem becomes real. Because people find that shit out real quick. People on Twitter are like, real good. There are some people who are, you know, that guy who plays GeoGuessr and he can tell where he is based on the shading of the grass. There are people like that with art, and it's crazy. They're like, I know that style, you stole it. Either this is AI or you traced it, right? So, I'm not encouraging you to steal. I would never do that. Well, I would never encourage you to steal from other artists. I'll say that. But don't claim it as yours. Make sure that you properly cite your sources if you do decide to post it. And also don't be afraid to trace, right? It's a very helpful learning tool. In fact, old Renaissance painters used to, very specifically, just go to professional artists' studios and they would just watch. And they would just try and do exactly what they were doing in real time. And then sometimes Renaissance painters would hire smaller artists to do their work. That's a bit of a different thing, but they would encourage those students to like participate in it. Oh, another critter, Wolfie. Another critter, Pete. I like Pete's shape. Pete has very angular outsides. All right, you ran out of critters to draw. Whoa, whoa. We got like a Majora's Mask mixed with Ryuk. This looks like Glammeow. Engie. Alright. It looks like we've filled the canvas. Whoa. I'll let you finish up there. And then I will start a new one. Actually, what time is it? I might have to get going. Yep, that's my alarm. Okay. Well, I changed my mind. That is where we are going to end. So I'm glad we ended with a full canvas. This is good. I'm going to save this. Let's see. How do I do that? File. Save to version history. Maybe. Version name. Doodle 1. Okay. And I believe I can Control S and at the very least save a PNG. But it might not. We probably won't be able to go back and get the layers. Is the only caveat. But maybe I don't know if it'll save, but we'll find out next time. I'm gonna try and do this maybe every other Friday, just as like a, you know, this was fun to get everybody working together and doing stuff. Honestly, this is a super good program. Like, this is Photoshop, but free. So, yeah. This was nice. So, thank you for participating. I appreciate you guys coming in. And then I'll talk with the people in the Discord and see if we want to do this more often. Maybe we do this every Friday. And I'll just do the character wheel and everybody can participate in the character wheel, maybe. Something to consider. Though I feel like I will run out of space very quickly if other people are drawing with me. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll brainstorm some stuff. Maybe we do every other, and we do character wheel one Friday. We do this another Friday. Maybe we do this on Wednesdays. No, people said they could do this Fridays. Maybe we do character wheel Wednesdays. Wheel Wednesday. Oh my god, I figured it out. Okay, maybe I'll do that. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hopefully you learned something. If you didn't, tune in next time. You definitely will then. Bye.